Before the video starts, I just want to say that I know these people are in prison for being convicted murderers and thieves, and they've done unspeakable crimes. And I'm not saying that I think they should be let out just because they seem like they've been rehabilitated, because people can easily put on an act for the camera, right? Like a lot of people switch up their whole personality when the cameras are on, but that's a whole other conversation for another video. Anyway, today I wanted to talk about this documentary that I watched about people on death row. I was listening to a YouTube video the other day and autoplay was on, and this documentary came on about people on death row in this prison in Indiana. I'll link it down below. It's in two parts, so there'll be two links down there, but one story caught my attention, and it was of this guy named Ronald Sanford, who was sentenced to 170 years in prison because he committed a double murder when he was 13 years old. Now, like I said, I'm not making this video because I think he should be released. I don't know the guy. I just saw one clip of him in this documentary, but I couldn't help but think of his 170-year sentence. He was sentenced to 170 years in prison when he was just 13 years old, and that hit me so hard because at 13 I was in my room, this room actually, playing Modern Warfare 2 with my friends on Xbox, and we were just kids. I'm pretty sure I can't play the clip because of copyright and things like that, but he said he never went to prom, he never got his license, he never drove a car, he never traveled anywhere. You know, there's so many things that he missed out on and so many things that he's gonna miss out on. And I remember sitting there watching this and I just felt so bad for the guy. Even to this day, I still feel bad. And I know, you could say, well, he killed two people and stuff like that, and I get it. Trust me, I do. But I can't help but think of all the wasted time, all the wasted potential that he had or that he still has. My girl can verify the story for you if you ask her, because I remember back in 2014 when we were graduating, I didn't even want to go to our graduation. I didn't care for it. I just wanted to stay home and play video games because I was like, well, we're gonna go and we're gonna sit there for 2 hours and we're gonna take some pictures and we're gonna come home, and what's the point of that? And then my mom was like, well, you only get to go once and stuff, so I begrudgingly went and I took this picture with my mom, and that was one of the last pictures I took with her. But then I sit there and I watch things like this documentary, and I think like, I didn't even want to take this picture with my mom, and this guy didn't even get a chance to take a graduation picture with his mom. He probably didn't even graduate. He won't get to see his mom retire. He won't get to throw her a retirement party. He won't get to see a whole bunch of other things. After watching it and seeing his cell and other stuff like that, I was like, man, like, imagine being confined to these four walls for 23 hours a day and only being able to go outside for an hour. His cell was the size of like my kitchen, and he had to spend 23 hours a day in there. Luckily, he had some books and other things, so he wasn't just staring at four walls all day, but I couldn't help but appreciate the freedom that I had after watching this documentary. They had 3 meals a day, sure, but there were times when they had to eat. Like, I'm sitting here right now. I can get up and get food whenever I want. If I get bored of sitting in here, I can go in my room, I can go in the living room, I can go in the washroom, I can go outside, I can do whatever I want to do. And these people don't have that freedom. And yes, like I said, I get it. They gave up their freedom when they made their life choices, but I just can't even begin to comprehend staying in one room for 23 hours a day for years of my life. Luckily, Ronald's mom still comes to visit him and stuff like that, but he can't go home. He can't take his mom out for dinner. He can't do all these things with his mom, and to be honest, I feel for the guy. One look at the comments on the video show how much impact that this documentary has had on people's lives. There are tons of people that appreciate their freedom now. Like, there are people that show respect for the victims in the comments. There are people that show respect for the prisoners. It's honestly, interesting to read the comments on some of these. Watching this documentary has changed my perspective on things that I'm allowed to do. Like I said, I can go out and get my own groceries. I can go to the park whenever I want. I can do all these things that, to be honest, I never gave any of them a second thought before, and now, after watching this documentary, I feel bad for the people that chose that path in life. Like, sure, I watched Prison Break and I felt bad for Michael Scofield and Lincoln Schofield, but that's a show. It's like, it's not real. And then when you watch actual people actually going through those situations, it makes it real. I have a lot of respect for the people that were part of the crew that went to go and shoot that documentary and put it together and stuff like that. I guess that's the sign of a good documentary, when it makes your audience think and feel, and it has impact on them. But without trying to make this video too long, I guess what I want to say is that this video should hopefully help you decide to make good decisions in life. And this isn't just about good decisions to make money, but decisions that will allow you to keep your freedom. If you have the ability to watch this video, you should consider yourself a very lucky person, because those people in prison probably don't have that ability to do so. Those people in that documentary have committed unspeakable crimes, don't get me wrong, and they've paid the price, or they are paying the price for it. But I believe that deep down, people are inherently good and caring. I don't know any of these people aside from what I've seen on camera, so I can't speak for what they would do if they ever got out, but I believe in giving people the benefit of the doubt. If you're watching this, just do me one favor. Think before you act, because if you don't, you could end up doing something that you'll regret for the rest of your life. And as always, thanks for watching.